Hola. Oh, testing. Microphone check. 1, 2. I was on silent. Welcome, everyone. Hola, Smokadocious.
Hola.
Hola, Solution.
Hola, hola.
Okay, good. I got the levels in. Smokey, you hear that rain?
No, it's raining?
Hold on, listen.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, it's raining a lot.
Wow.
Yep. So, thanks God for the rain. We appreciate it very much. This is our first time back here on Bible study in a little bit. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it's going to bend that. It's going to bend the thing. Hold on. We try to close the door because I just opened it. And I was trying to close the door with a broomstick. But it didn't work. Oh, okay, there we go. So it's been a minute since we've been here, and today was the day to come back and do this Bible study. It's been since the last time that we broadcasted, the world has changed even that much more. You know, nothing is like it was. Nothing is. And now more than ever, this is necessary. It's definitely necessary for me. So I'm glad to be here and do it. For those of you that are tuning in for the first time, this is a Bible study that we do. We're opening up a page from A Metaphysical Interpretation of the Bible by Stephen L. Harefield, and it is SCG 13, Solution, and Ms Smokey. We're going to open up a page, and then Smokey's going to pull a card that's going to help us navigate through the week ahead, the days ahead, the moments ahead. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Smokadocious. Do what you do, Smokey.
Okay. Father, Mother God, we come before you today with a heart full of gratitude for us being here and being able to do what we do and being able to hear your word and be open to and receptive to the wisdom and knowledge and guidance that you have for us. We ask for all energies that are for our highest good to come and gather with us as we praise you and give thanks that everything is exactly where it should be and where it should be. These words we say with the utmost gratitude. Once again, thank you, thank you, thank you. As we say and as we gather together, we know that you are in our presence. We give thanks, and so it is.
And so it is. And so it is. Ache, ache, ache.
Ache.
How have you been feeling, Smokey?
Huh? I'm good.
Feeling?
Everything is good. It's like someone told me just recently, life goes in order and then chaos, order, chaos. It never goes chaos, order. And I guess it depends on how you look at it. But like everything happens exactly the way it is. And right now I'm in a good space. So I'm going to enjoy it for what it is.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Solution?
I guess with the chaos, thinking of it how we've always thought of it, chaos is also the cleansing, and that's also, a part of the beneficial transition that is needed. So, looking at the chaos as a cleaning mechanism of the toxicity that we're existing. So. Not surprised, and at this point, I would say I'm at least happy with the choices that we have made, during this process.
I agree. I'm with you on that. It's an exciting time, and I know that I always say that, but it really, truly is the best time to be alive and to be a witness of everything that is happening. And yeah, we are in the midst of chaos right now, but we know that there's another side to it. So I'm excited and very happy to be aboard.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to kick it off with the read or the opening of the page?
I'll do it. Who did it last time? Do you remember?
Girl, I don't remember. You
Me
do it
neither.
then. Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
You think you did it last
time? Okay, so we come to 537, where it says in the book of John.
537. .537 in the book of John. You want to go or you want me to go?
Oh no, I can't. My eyes aren't on that thing yet. Okay. It's almost. I'm getting there.
Yes, you are definitely getting there. Ache. Okay. In the book of John, several unrelated stories fall within the spiritual nature of its author. For instance, the Lazarus account has been recounted in several ways through the different Gospels. Each version takes the form of varied symbols. So have many other stories. It is done in such a way because the master wants to emphasize specific aspects of life and how to work with them. In John 11, verse 1 through 45, we have another narrative wherein Lazarus is reported dead and the master brings him back into the light. In the other Gospels, Lazarus had sores and or a variety of illnesses, giving us the impression that he must have been a confused man. This is not the case. He was the example of that which we should not do to ourselves. Given a period of time, it would stand to reason that in the book of John, he had died and lay 4 days in the tomb. At this point, may we remind the reader that each gospel portrays a different aspect of life. Each of these facets would have a variety of impacts on us, commensurate with our individual personalities. This may explain the variances concerning Lazarus. Yet Jesus stated in John 11, verse 11, "Our friend Lazarus sleepeth, but I go, that I may awake him out of sleep." In this we see the wisdom and compassion of the Christ, who had known that his friend had turned himself to the spiritual aspect of his being, and he was ready to begin a new life. In John 11:25, the Master said, "He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live." I'm going to say that again. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. Allegorically, Lazarus gave his life so that he could save it. For the human perspective, he accepted the shift of his being while preserving with the faith and the mustard seed. From the human perspective, he accepted the shift of his being while preserving with the faith of the mustard seed. He shrugged away and lost his old self so that he could find himself in the true reality of a higher divine being. He had gone through the struggle of renouncing material importance or dross and replaced it with the blessing of the higher principles, thus saving his life. Ache. I get chills all over for that one, Smokey.
Yes.
That was pretty deep.
Yeah, that's so amazing. We do this every time, but each time it's always amazing.
That's how amazing this book is, that any page that you go to is going to give you something. And I mean, we were just talking about the times that we're in and what's happening at this time. And what really, when I started getting the chills was when when he started talking about just sleepeth. Okay. Yet Jesus still on 11:11, our friend Lazarus sleepeth, but I go that I may awake him out of sleep. it made me feel like, all of the people that are asleep, and that need to wake up, and it is a death of the material. It is a death of the old you and a rebirth of this new beginning for you. Hola, Carla. Hey. So that one right there. And then what did anything specifically stand out for you, Solution?
Oh, just you through your faith you can access immortality. You can access infinite life.
Yes.
As you're asleep or so-called not awake, you can, you experience mortality, but through your faith, you can exist.
And so I have to say that my brother is coming in right now, Ache to my brother, and he is reminding me, so he's in our study today, and he's reminding me of this song, and it's, I am the resurrection, I am the light, if you believe in me, you'll never die. I used to hear that in the song all the time, because he used to belong to some kind of church group, youth Christian thing back in the day, when we were kids. And he used to sing that song all the time. So Ache to Jorge Luis, Ache. So that's really what it is about right now, is people recognizing that they are more than this body. You are more than this flesh, more than this material existence. We're more than that.
You're like a sleeping superhero. A sleeping giant. Yeah, a sleeping giant, a sleeping superhero that, through your faith, you can access your superpowers, or you can access your giant powers.
Absolutely.
And move in that. So your faith is key.
Yes. And you have eternal life. You have eternal life. And the only way to have access to that is through that door to your source, to what some call Jesus, what some call God, what some call, you have to get through that. So whatever it is that anybody is going through is being amplified by your own belief in it, no matter what it is. We know that. So if you're believing you're going to die and that there is no immortality for you, that this is just it, then that's what it'll be for you until your next existence, that you come in to, get the same lesson again, because everyone is able to get the messages in their time. This is a time where everybody's not going to wake up at the same time. Everybody's not waking up at the same time. There is absolute chaos happening in the world, and it's happening for a reason. And those that recognize what time it is, we are celebrating in this journey, because we know what time it is. We know where God is, and so it was just a really excellent message. Which part of it stood out for you, Smokey?
No, you know what? I'm going to say exactly what you guys did. I mean, literally, it's just the consciousness and being aware and knowing that this isn't the end all be all. We've got further travels, and it's all necessary with our faith. And sometimes that faith can get really tested, but at the end of the day, you just got to stop and know that, where we are, we're supposed to be, and we'll get through it.
Mm-hmm.
The saying, place your faith in Most High and not Dr. Fauci or Pfizer or Moderna or
That's
Johnson
right.
Johnson or Bill Gates, but a higher power beyond.
And it's important to remember that we that have lived on this planet, that have been witnesses of what has occurred here, we have been asking for this. We have been asking for this for a very long time. This change that we've been asking for, it is here, and it's here in such a divine way, because we're all getting to see it. It's like those that have eyes will see, and we are seeing. And everything that is happening in the world is just how it's been written. It's just how it continues, because it is part of the evolution. There's a lot of people thinking, oh my God, the world is ending. These are the end times. Yes, these are the end times and the beginning of a new one. This earth and this, what has been created, like it's not going to be destroyed the way that people think that is being destroyed. There's some people thinking that this is the end of the world and that, just like in a movie, they're going to wake up one day and then there's nothing.
But you're going to say because Instagram and Facebook and things.
Well, that's part of it too. Instagram and Facebook go down and people lose their minds. Like, so, and because it will go down again, ladies and gentlemen, it will go down again. So please be prepared and go outside, go in nature, really connect to your being, your source, so that you can feel good. You know what, Smokey, a lot of people ask me too about how I feel and the energy that I carry. And I'm really grateful that it comes across, and it makes me think about all of those times that we sat and it's like just working on ourselves, doing the nothing of meditation or doing the nothing of just having to be with ourselves. And people don't really think of that as work. I know that was work. That was a lot of work. And it takes a lot of work to be able to be on this planet, on this plane, in some sort of balance, because it was made to shake you up. So I'm happy to be here.
Well, yeah, yep. I'm with you 100. Although I'm going to say, because I know there's somebody out there feeling like you have your moments where it's like, Lord, I think you got me mixed up with somebody else because I don't think I can. But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, this is what it is, and I'm going to deal with it the best that I can, and I can only do what I can do. Yes. And realizing that and having that faith, not only in the source, but in yourself, that's where it's at. That's exactly where you have to be. And I have to remind myself of that at a lot of times.
A lot of times. I got to remind myself. I had to remind myself of that today. Anxiety is something that I suffer from when it comes to certain situations, and it's like it can overtake you, because it is, anxiety, anything that has to do with lower vibrations, those are energies that will take you to hell in a heartbeat. And going to hell for me is in my mind. The hell that I create with thoughts that are not even here, and situations that I create out of fear, that I'm creating them, and I got to get shook back into reality to be like, focus on now and focus on this moment. And one of the phrases that I've been saying that's been helping me too is everything is as it should be. And when something is looking shady, I'm like, everything is as it should be. And that helps me remember, and it helps me start getting on that ride back to highness, back to, to a better feeling space. And it's so cool because Lucas came in today and he was talking to me. He was feeling anxiety himself. And so, after it was all over, he's just like, take a deep breath. And I took a deep breath with him. And then he's just like, let's not think about those things that are not going to make us feel good. Don't give it any more attention. And I was just so proud of him for being, so good at what he's doing, at where he is now. And it made me think about where he had to be for the last 6 years. He had to practice, and he had to, he really had to practice himself and study himself. And, he told me that he gave me that advice because that's what he would have to tell himself when he was ready, to get out of that place. He would, say those things to himself. And, it just reminds me that everybody, no matter what, has to go through their own hell. And everybody, no matter what, has to get themselves out. And the reason why I feel emotional, because when you have a child, and you feel like I have to take care of that person, no matter what, I have the responsibility of taking care of that person. And then God comes and shows you, no, you don't. everybody has the responsibility of doing it, and having that faith and knowing that a God does exist and that we aren't here to be deficient. I can rest well in knowing that, our son doesn't have to be in my presence for me to feel that he is good, and knowing that I have my ideas of what I think, Lucas is deficient at. And I'm always shown that those are just my ideas. And so it's I think that detaching from your children, from the people that you love, that's a challenge anyway. But just knowing that that everything is as it should be, it changes everything. It really does change everything. So I'm grateful for that.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely a walking testimony of anybody. I mean, all the way around, manifesting, intentions, affirmations, everything. He is a walking testimony. So, absolutely. I look at him and I look at what, like you said, what he has gone through. And he kept it. He was standing right in his face. It was like, no matter what, this is. So I can't wait to see all the dogs and the cars he's gonna have.
He already said he's gonna be doing driving lessons. So, yep. I'm hoping that in his next adventure, where he's at, that's definitely gonna be something he's gonna do. Cause he's gonna be driving somewhere. He might get a car and decide I'm only going to drive around my estate, and he won't have to drive nowhere else.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I am ready for the next leg of our little journey today in our card pull.
Okay. All right. So we're going to close our eyes and focus on the things or topics you want a reading about. We're going to call on our angels and guides, asking for their assistance. We want to feel the guidance that we are about to receive as a wise and benevolent message that will help us on our path for the week coming in. Okay, and the one we got was approval. Okay. Okay, choose to approve of yourself, and others will too. This card could represent you or someone around you. Emotional neediness happens when we give away our personal power and think others have what we need to make us happy. We may be extra clingy or even have unrealistic expectations for others around us and easily get disappointed. This happens to all of us at one point in our life. What needs to be addressed here is our insecurities. Why is other people's approval or companionship more important? So important that we devalue ourselves in the process. You are the one that you need right now, no one else. Reconnect with yourself, believe in yourself, and know that even if even if someone disapproves of you or does not like you, that is not a direct representation of who you are. That is only one person's perception of who you are. You do not need anyone's approval to make you happy. What you think you need to be happy is only a thought. True happiness is a state of being, and you can access it at any time by turning into the frequency of it. So today, choose to be happy, regardless. Choose to value your opinions, even when other people don't. This too shall pass. Your lesson here, learn to love yourself again. You have value, purpose, and you are beautiful, regardless of what other people think. Your love and acceptance of yourself is what is needed now. Wow.
That is that is very powerful, Smokey. I was
Wow.
sharing some content like that with our daughter today. And also before we came on, when I was preparing for study,
Uh-huh.
I got this message in my this message just popped in my head that I was just like, well, some people just don't like you. They just don't like the way you deliver information. And it was so funny because to that voice I said, there's nothing I could do about that. And it's like and it was just so funny that because this is just a conversation that was happening in my head, and then I kind of blew it off and we started with study. And so it's just a powerful message, and I'm grateful for it.
Yeah, and that's really important. I mean, we all want the approval. Well, sometimes we do. Sometimes it's like, well, hey, it is what it is, And but yeah, that was definitely I feel like whoever is out there at this point was really struggling with that. So whether they're listening now or later, that was something that was basically for that person. So bear with it. You gotta just love who you are.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Just thinking about when you said sometimes people are not going to take heed to your presentation or just whatever you're presenting, and you just think about it. You're just never gonna get 100%
exactly
thumbs up, likes anyway. You know what I mean? That's just not gonna happen. So you just have to really be comfortable with, just your effort and your exhibition and your energy, and that be it. That's it. That's all.
Absolutely. I mean, it was funny that thought had come into my head. I think it was ringing from my subconscious, and then Michaela and I were talking about stuff like that earlier today as well. Because I had to learn that because I used to need it. I used to need the approval. I used to need for people to appreciate what I was doing, and I had to learn that no, I have to appreciate what I'm doing, and it has to be enough for me. So it was definitely something that I had to work on myself. Hola, Naturi. Carla says, real talk. Wait. Oh, she said, take your time, Mari. Gracias, Carlita. Gracias. I think that came in later. She was probably talking about me getting all emotional, Smokey. I be getting emotional sometimes, Smokey.
Yes.
So that was a great great card pull for today. And I think that is really relative to just in the world right now, people are feeling that sense of, I need somebody to believe me, or I need somebody to do this and that. And this is really a time to pull away from everyone and everything. It really is. This hibernation time, it is a serious time for us to get refocused, to be able to, build up that energy that we need for, as this darkness sets in, because it is coming. I don't like to project fearful things, but it's inevitable with what's happening in the world. Just because it's a fearful or chaotic situation, it doesn't mean that we have to be. But it is important to know that, yes, indeed, the world is going through it. The world, some people, talk about, well, I'm definitely one of the people that talk about focus in your own bubble and things like that. But when you reach out and you see that every single person is being affected by something, it's just, again, more confirmation of what time it is and what time it is now. So yes, absolutely, everyone is being affected, and the only way that we could truly connect to one another is disconnecting from the outside and connecting through ourselves. Because when we connect with ourselves and we have that validation and approval for ourselves, then we can trust what is coming on the outside, because we know that what's on the outside is a reflection. And when we feel good about who and where we are, then yeah, it's easy to open that door and be of assistance. But not right now.
Yes. Yes.
So with that, Solution, did you have anything else?
Nope. Just a scenario of, you can't save someone from drowning if you're also in the water, and until you've taken care of yourself, you can't take care of others. I guess it's almost like too on the plane when they say the oxygen mask. You get your oxygen mask on first, then you
Amen.
start to assist others. So
And you can't let other people, being like, don't you care about others? Because there's a program going on now that they want people, they're saying get a shot because that's helping others. You're your brother's keeper. All of these things, they're using everything that they can against us so that we could give in to all of the shenanigans that are going on in the world. And so being selfish is something that's very much frowned upon and is looked at like you don't care about, other people. But you cannot care about other people more than you care about yourself. Because in caring about yourself, you do care for other people. That's how you're able to help other people.
Yeah.
And people that can see, they get it. And the people that can't, don't. And that's okay too. So,
Mm-hmm.
Smokey, it's back to you.
Are we saying that benediction?
Yes, ma'am, unless you have something else. Did you want to pass around the plate? Because we could pass the collection plate before we go.
When I said that, I went, where the hell did that come from? Yeah, that was so funny. I was like, in church, girl. We were in church.
We are always in church when we in here. You know that?
Yes. Okay. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us, and the presence of God is with us. Where we are, God is, and so it is.
And so it is. Ache. Thank you guys for tuning in live. Adios.
Ache.
Yeah.